when you're seeking mentorship, I think the most important thing is to talk to everybody, okay? And realize that everybody that you talk to, everybody that you seek counsel from, everybody might be a strong word, but lots of people, not everybody's going to be the mentor that's there for the long haul. You know, there's that phrase, some people are there for a season, some people are there for a reason, and some people are going to be in your life forever. And you need all of those kinds of mentors. There are going to be those mentors that are sort of more teachers, and you may outgrow that relationship, and that's okay. You know, that's part of it. And then you're going to have those other folks that, you know, sort of grow and evolve with you, and you have a sort of wonderfully rich and textured relationship. So don't shy away from input from folks just because you're not sure if that's the right fit. You know, listen to what they say, but always remember, keep what's useful, leave on the table what's not. Always be grateful, because even if they're telling you something that doesn't quite fit or kind of rubs you the wrong way, you're still growing from it. You're still growing from it.
The thing that has served me the best in terms of just career advancement, but also in kind of finding mentors, is getting involved. So, you know, really, and it could be as simple as eating lunch in the lunchroom with other people, or just getting involved on committees or things like that. And when I have done those things and just kind of watched how people interact, then you begin to see who navigates well in whatever the place is, whether it's a school or a clinic or a bigger organization like a university. You start to see who knows how to do it and how to do it well, you know, and whether that's their specific career, you know, whether, you know, psychologist, psychiatrist, physician, professor, whatever, or it's just they are good at building relationships and bridges between people, then that tends to be kind of who I look for, because if they can do it well, then hopefully they can help me to learn how to do it well.
The hardest thing is to take that step and to ask for it, because I think we all feel pretty uncomfortable about asking for help or asking somebody to go to do something for you, or that they have to put time into you. The first thing is, I think I would advise them that is the job of people in academic settings, training settings. Like, that's why we get paid the money that we get paid, is one of our jobs is to mentor. So I wouldn't want them to feel uncomfortable at all reaching out and asking somebody. And I would say to do it early. Like for undergraduate students, they often wait until they're like a senior before they get a one-on-one relationship with a faculty member. I would recommend that that students go to office hours, introduce yourself, and start to develop relationships with faculty, because that's a part of the college experience that you can't quantify. So I'd highly recommend that. And for those at the graduate level and those who are actually psychologists, it's the same thing. You got to reach out, find somebody that you really admire, somebody who's doing things that you want to do, and ask them if they would be willing to mentor you. And you'll be shocked that most people would happily say yes, because it's such a rewarding part and it's such an honor to be asked.
So when I think about my mentors, I'm about 50-50 with psychologists and non-psychologists. So I think if you're a mentee or an early career looking for someone to mentor, to think broadly, and that people that aren't necessarily in your field can provide mentorship.
Well, I think from an early career psychologist perspective, I think it's one of the best things you can do is to seek out mentorship. And it may or may not be another psychologist. It may be somebody in the office that you know that you can learn something from. So if you're working in a multidisciplinary setting and you're working with physicians, or you're working with social workers or LPCs or whoever, there's always something that you can learn. So I think being actively involved in mentoring and desiring it and seeking it out is important.
To think a little bit about what you want from the relationship, and to be realistic about that. Um, in terms of, does this person have the ability to give me what I want? Um, just like as a mentor, we have to figure out to give them, what they need, and not to give them something that's outside of my repertoire. As a mentee, you'll be frustrated if you're asking your mentor to mentor you on something that's not in their repertoire.
If you do get into a mentoring relationship that's not healthy, and that does happen, a person that maybe is a little too controlling or is giving you feedback that leaves you feeling inadequate. Okay, that's not a healthy relationship. And I think sometimes, particularly when we're in early career, because we're driven people and we're passionate people in the field of psychology, it's easy for us to fall into that trap of saying, well, if this person's being critical of that, I must really be bad at it. Okay, that's not mentoring. If you're leaving that relationship and you're feeling inadequate or less, then that's maybe not the healthiest mentoring relationship. Again, you can still learn from it. You still may get things from it, but it may not be the relationship that's going to help you grow. Because when a person is mentoring you and you've got an area of weakness, they're going to see it as part of the growth process. It's not going to feel weak. It's going to feel like, oh, this is an area of growth. This is where I can